Hey folks, welcome back to Prepping with Sarge. Today we're going to have another knife review for you. This is the Pocket 3.5 from SlicKnives. Let's check this one out together. All right folks, this is another review from SlicKnives. Now they have sent me some knives in the past to review, so I want to say thank you to Brendan and appreciate the opportunity to review this one for you. This is the Pocket 3.5. This one is their first folder that they're releasing. Let's go ahead and unbox together. All right, so it looks like we got a little magnet inside there with the logo. This is part of the SlicKnives series. This is their first folder. I know he's got a couple other ones on the way. And this is the lanyard kit. We're just gonna put this aside for now, but if you like a lanyard on your pocket knife, you certainly could attach that. Nice boxing, and actually it shipped really fast. I got this within like a day or two of when it shipped, and shipped really nice. As you can see, no damage or anything like that. No boxes were not crushed or anything like that, although not that that's necessarily anybody else's fault except for the delivery, but still nice. All right, so this is the Pocket 3.5. Let's take a look first at the handle. This is G10. Now in my pocket knives, I'm actually a huge fan of G10. See if I can get a nice view of that texture. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. Very, very grippy. I love G10 on my pocket folders. It's high quality stainless steel all the way through. Very corrosion resistant. Got some beautiful centering there. No tip protrusion. All right, let's go ahead and open this thing up. Got that thumb knife, and as you can see, nice and smooth. Let's go ahead and see that again. So you can do one-handed with this. Just needs to break in a little bit for me, but again, as you saw, you definitely can give it the flick. All right, in homage to Oris Kephart, this is a drop point blade. Now drop point blades are really nice for bushcrafting and camping tasks because it's a very strong tip. You can do some drilling if you're making like a bow drill or a hand drill. Should hold up better than some of your more pointy tips. And before I forget, these scales actually are available there's different color scales available, including brown, orange, tan, green, and blue. If you're a law enforcement or former law enforcement, definitely check out that blue. I think it's really, really snazzy. I went with the black for mine, but I think that blue is going to be really appealing to some of you. And orange, if you're one of those people who is thinking about, like, what if I drop my knife in the woods? Well, the blaze orange will stand out a little bit better. The blade is 3.5 inches of Japanese Oz 10 steel. So again, very corrosion resistant. It is a flat grind. Again, we talked about that drop point tip as being beneficial for bushcraft and camping tasks. One cool thing about this stonewash feature is that as you use your knife and it gets a little bit of wear and tear, that stonewash will actually hide some of that wear and tear, so it'll still appear very new for a very long time. Let's check out both sides of this. It's got stainless steel liners and a 4-position carry clip, so if you're a lefty, you can move this around and put it there however you want. If you want to tip up, tip down, lefty, righty, you can do all kinds of fun things with this just by changing these screws out. It's got a little lanyard hole if you want to put that lanyard on there. Got a little bit of jimping on that liner lock, and look at that liner lock, folks. That is a good solid lock. It's completely under the bar. I've had some knives where it's like, it's like just wearing down like that, where it's, if you can see what I'm talking about. Some knives, if it's not a good lock like that, you do have some risk that it could close on you. This is a good, solid, tight lockup, and no wobble, no wiggle, no wobble. Very, very solid. Feels like a fixed blade. That is not going to close on me. Really, really good. Now I know Brendan is also working on a couple other folders, so keep an eye out for those on the website, the EDC 3.5 and the Homesteader 3.5. And my discount code should be good for all of the knives on his website, so you can check out some of my other reviews, see what you think of the fixed blades that I did for SlicKnives. My discount code, of course, is SARGE10 for 10% off, and I will also put that in the description down below, so you can go ahead and use my link, and that helps me out a little bit. If you do that, actually gives me a little bit of a commission, so I really appreciate it if you do that. All right, what do you think? Let's do a little sharpness testing with this bad boy. All right, so those of you who've watched my knife reviews before, you know that there are several ways that I like to test the sharpness of a knife, including the paper test, which is actually one of the best ways to test the sharpness of a blade right out of the box. All right, I'm impressed. Let's go with that. It's a little windy here, so it's blowing my stuff all over. I'm gonna have to cut the paper test a little bit short. All right, next up, we're gonna do a little paracord test. This is just paracord 550. Let's do a slicey test first. Okay, and then we're gonna do a little push test here. The push should give a little bit more resistance because you're not really using the blade the way that, you know, when you're slicing, you're cutting, as opposed to like just raw strength pushing through it. All right, still did fine. I'm happy with that. Let's do one more strand here. Okay, and now what I do is, this is Sarge's famous 3-strand paracord test that I do on all my knife reviews. Okay, whoops, I need to make sure I get a good grip first of all. There we go. Yeah, no problems, folks. This is the Pocket 3.5 and it is performing. Let's try with some wood. All right, let's try just a little bit of work with the wood here, see how this goes. I'm liking that already. Wow, some beautiful curls already. Wait till I show you this. Folks, that Oz 10 is really performing nicely with this. Where do you see this? Look at that. Some beautiful curls. Love it. All right, let's do a quick notch too, just so you give it a little bit more harder work here. If we're gonna put it to the test, let's put it to the test a little bit. On one of my recent knife videos, I was slicing a tomato like this, and somebody gave me the little lecture about knife safety, but they were right. Whenever possible, you want to try to cut away from you. Now, what's funny is in that video, I was also doing like little finger flips and whatnot, and they didn't call me out on that, which, you know, if there was anything that was not safe, it's probably when I'm flipping my knife around. But you guys know, us knife lovers, we play with our blades, right? And sometimes I get cut, you know, maybe you get cut as well, but you shouldn't if you're being safe, right? Like, so cut away from you if you can. You know what I'm saying? So there are sometimes in certain things that certain tasks, you might have to like briefly cut towards you. You want to really be careful and move slowly when you're doing that. But for the most part, when you're doing big cuts, try to cut away from you. I'm liking this one, guys. This is take a look at it. It's not very tactical looking. So it's not one of those ones that you're gonna pull out and somebody's gonna be like offended by it because it looks like a scary knife. You know, this just looks like a working man's EDC folder. Classic. Got that Keppert drop point design. Need to break it in a little bit here for myself, but obviously it's got all the features and all the safety that you'd want. You can open it one-handed. You could wear this left-handed or right-handed. And I think you're gonna like it. It's beefy enough, and that, again, it feels like a fixed blade with that lockup. It's beefy enough that, you know, you're gonna be able to put the work in with this. And fun little fidget knife too. So Brendan, I think you did a good job with this one. I'm looking forward to see what the other two that you got coming. I know you got some more knives in the lineup coming down the road, including the Homesteader and the EDC. But this one here, this one's definitely a winner. I think my audience is gonna like this one. So again, make sure you guys are checking out that discount code, and Sarge10 will get you 10% off any of the knives on his website. And if you don't like the black, check out some of the other colors. I said there's orange, tan, blue. That blue is just really sharp, especially if you are like, you don't have to be law enforcement, but I think if you are a law enforcement or former law enforcement, you're gonna really like those blue handles. So let me know in the comments down below, is this got a place in your collection? Is this possibly your next EDC? This is the Pocket 3.5. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed that. This is the Pocket 3.5 from SlicKnives. This is a fun little EDC one. I think you're gonna like this, and again, not too tactical looking, so it's not one of those things that's gonna intimidate people if you break it out at the barbecue or whatever, but it's beefy enough that it's gonna get the job done. This might be the knife that you're looking for. Don't forget to use my discount code. Now, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to check out the knife review playlist that I've got for you, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button with the bell notification on so you don't miss my next knife review. Keep planting your seeds, keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.